If you showed these artworks in many parts of the world, people might argue about them for weeks. But in Denmark, most people barely stop walking. Why? What makes Danish society see something controversial as completely normal? Millions of tourists visit Europe every year, yet few understand the cultural mindset behind Denmark's art world. The answer isn't what you think, and once you understand it, you'll never look at museums the same way again. Why do so many visitors arrive in Denmark expecting to be shocked by its art? The answer lies in the cultural baggage they carry with them. Many tourists come from societies where the unclothed body is a highly charged subject, relegated to the private sphere. In their home countries, nudity is often entwined with ideas of sexuality, shame, transgression. Media, advertising, legal codes frequently dictate that the body should be covered. Its exposure is treated as an exception, either to be censored or sensationalized. This creates a powerful cultural pattern. Given this background, visitors naturally assume any public display of a nude figure must be an intentionally provocative act. They anticipate that the art will be bold, loud, designed to challenge social norms. This expectation is a kind of psychological preparation for a jolt. However, the Danish museum environment systematically dismantles this expectation. There is no dramatic music, no stark, confrontational lighting, no sense that the art is shouting for attention. The absence of drama becomes the most dramatic part of the experience. To understand Denmark's calm view of the human form, we must look back into its history. The roots of this perspective were planted long ago, particularly during the 18th and the 19th centuries, with the rise of neoclassicism and the establishment of formal art academies. The Royal Danish Academy of Fine Arts, founded in 1754, became a central institution for training artists. Here, the study of the human body was not about titillation. It was a rigorous academic discipline. It was the foundation of learning how to depict form, light, shadow, and movement. Artists spent countless hours sketching models to master the complexities of human anatomy. To them, the unclothed body was a subject of intense scientific and aesthetic inquiry, much like a botanist studying a flower or an astronomer charting the stars. The goal was to understand and represent the ideal human form, inspired by the art of ancient Greece and Rome. As Danish society modernized in the 19th century, art moved into the public sphere. Over generations, this constant, casual exposure normalized the sight of the body in art and made it part of the shared cultural landscape. The curated calm of the museum. Modern Danish museums are masters of creating an atmosphere of serene contemplation. When you step inside a gallery at the Ny Carlsberg Glyptotek in Copenhagen or the Eros Aarhus Art Museum, you are immediately enveloped by a sense of order and peace. The rooms are often spacious and uncluttered, with clean lines and soft, diffused light that falls gently on the artworks. The institutional voice is one of quiet authority. The staff speaks in low, respectful tones, and the overall environment encourages visitors to slow down. The way the art is presented is a crucial part of this curated calm. Each piece is given ample space to breathe. The labels and captions are intentionally factual and understated. Artist, date, materials, context. Descriptions focus on formal qualities and art history, guiding the viewer to engage intellectually rather than react with shock. Artworks depicting the body are displayed openly, often alongside landscapes, portraits, and abstract pieces. By placing a classical sculpture next to a landscape, the museum suggests a continuity of concerns: light, form, texture, composition. This thoughtful presentation is key to transforming a potentially charged encounter into a calm and educational one, a culture of trust and simplicity. The Danish ability to view nude art with such equanimity is woven into the fabric of the culture. From a young age, in schools and within families, the body is not treated as a taboo. This openness is connected to a core Danish cultural value: Trust, tillid. Denmark is a high-trust society, in people, in institutions, in the state, and that extends to museums. Consequently, there is little public appetite for moral panics or scandals related to art. Aesthetic sensibilities favor simplicity, functionalism, honesty, qualities that align with classical figure art. It is an honest, direct representation admired for formal purity and balance. This combination creates a cultural psychology uniquely prepared to engage with nude art. The Danish viewer is not looking for scandal. They assess skill, composition, and the power of the idea. Tourists' reactions often begin with nervous energy. Some giggle, others blush or quickly look away. Many snap a furtive photograph. These first reactions are a brief collision between their world and the one they've entered. After a few minutes, something happens. They adapt. They read the calm label. They notice the play of light on skin. They see how marble becomes muscle and bone. Shock dissolves into curiosity and dawning appreciation. Most people think the art is the surprise. The real surprise is something else. The powerful, almost deafening calm of the environment and the complete lack of shock among the Danes. Section 7. The enduring legacy of form. This long-standing tradition continues to thrive today. Contemporary artists adapt the legacy to speak to identity, gender, politics, and our relationship with technology. The style often retains clarity and rigor, prioritizing ideas over pure shock value. Museums place the old in dialogue with the new, creating a living timeline of how we see the body. The lesson is simple and profound. Context is everything. In Denmark, the body was framed centuries ago for academic study, classical beauty, and public appreciation. A framing so consistent that shock is not the default. It suggests our fears and taboos are cultural constructs that can be reshaped by intelligence, openness, and respect. If we can learn to see the human body differently, what other parts of our world could we learn to see with new eyes? Would this feel normal in your country?